to drive all of our prescriptions in a way that will maximize profits for this company. If we're not in alignment on that central question, I just don't know how we go forward here. But thank you for having this hearing today. We need independent audits, and we need to rethink these DOD contracts.
Senator King, you got any other questions? You sure? You look like you got something on your mind over there.
What I'm sitting here thinking is, what if these guys didn't have the mail order pharmacy, but they own CVS? Would it make sense to have them administering this program for all these other pharmacies around the country if they also own CVS? I mean, you don't have to define what, I mean, the conflict is obvious, and it seems to me you're basically saying we've got this company and we've hiring them to help us distribute drugs, but they also have their own distribution. I mean, to me, Admiral, the conflict is obvious. It's just, I don't want to, we've beaten this horse pretty hard, but I don't understand. Again, I'm coming to this as sort of a novice, but the model makes no sense. What if they own CVS? Would that be okay? They own CVS and they also deal with all these independent contractors.
At the end of the day, frankly, what we are most interested in is making sure that our beneficiaries have great access and that we are saving the taxpayer money.
And I applaud you for that. That's exactly what the mission is. The question
is, I would hope so, sir.
Does the structure of this contract serve those purposes? That's the question.
I think there's a need to prove that it doesn't.
Okay. I hope you will. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, we're going to give everybody about a minute closing arguments. Mr. Raybould, we'll start with you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Obviously, a lot to go over here. I would absolutely echo the points of Senator King and Senator Warren with regard to the vertical integration. It's funny how it always works out to cost beneficiaries more, harms retail pharmacies, but boy, ESI's mail order pharmacy comes out looking pretty good. The other thing I want to talk about really quickly, just to record set, is federal code absolutely provides that the federal government gets the same discounts, whether they're filled at mail order or whether they're filled at retail. They get those same discounts. And so I think that's really important to preserve in the record. Mail order isn't getting better discounts than retail pharmacies. And again, like, that's so important because that gets lost here. Lastly, I want to, means the price is the same, right? And so I'd absolutely push back on that. The last thing that I would say, and I'll say it really quickly, is yes, the Department of Defense contract literally bars fees, rebates, discounts specific to processing TRICARE prescriptions. That's what the contract said. It was in a court filing filed by the Ohio Attorney General for anti-competitive practices against Express Scripts. That's what it says. But what we know Express Scripts does is they negotiate aggregate discounts, non-claim specific discounts from drug manufacturers, from pharmacies, administrative fees from pharmacies. They are engaging in aggregate pricing that allows them to continue to capture revenue from what is one of their biggest clients, and that is the federal government and this TRICARE program. They're finding multiple ways to leverage that and to recoup money. Are they negotiating claim-specific discounts? No. But boy, I'll bet you that if there's an OIG audit, they're going to absolutely find that money there. And if I were the federal government, if I were DHA, if I were any one of Express Scripts' commercial clients, I would be running to an auditor based on what we've seen here today and based on the contract language that you provided. Thank you.
Dr. Lansford.
Chairman Tuberville, thanks again for the opportunity to testify. There's a lot of layers to this, and something that is just apparent to me with my colleagues is that we have a strong desire to serve these people. We want to be there for them. We used to be able to be there for them, and we want to be there for them again. All we expect is reasonable reimbursement in that process. And whenever I hear the Admiral say, well, there's an expense to mailing it, I think there's an expense to the other components of delivering the drug within my pharmacy as well that do not get accounted for in terms that are sent to me. And, you know, we just want a fair shake at it. That's all we want. We just want a fair deal to be able to provide service to these members. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Krausner.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for the opportunity today to be able to testify. I would first point to, again, Our organization is proud to serve the men and women of the military, military families, and retirees. We get up every day to ensure that we can do that on the 200+ million prescriptions that we service for them every single year. We've been doing this for over 20 years and hope to do it for many years to come. It is a passion of our organizations. If we look at the facts, 98% of beneficiaries have a pharmacy within 15 minutes of their home, exceeding DHA standards. We focus on service. 90+% beneficiary satisfaction is high with the TRICARE benefit and the services that we provide. If we look at the savings, we are providing, to date, given this contract, over $140 million of savings that has gone back to the government for other real defense components that they can reutilize those dollars for. This agreement is 100% pass-through. We do not retain that $14 that is collected at the mail-order pharmacy that goes back to DHA. Those components, again, are misunderstood. Appreciate the time today, though, and on behalf of the over 1,000 veterans that work for our company, proud of the opportunity today to be able to testify and proud of what we do each and every day, getting up to ensure that we take care of our servicemen and women.
Thank you. Dr. Smith. Or
Chairman
General.
Admiral, sorry.
Yeah.
Chairman Tuberville and Ranking Member Warren, along with Senator King, appreciate the opportunity to testify today. I do think that this is a high-quality, very good contract that we actually are saving significant amounts of money for the taxpayer, but most importantly, doing a remarkably good job in a complicated system, taking care of our beneficiaries and making sure that they get the access and the support for whatever their pharmaceutical needs are. So we appreciate the opportunity and the various questions. And once again, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Very complex issue. One day, I think even a football coach might be able to understand all of it. I don't know whether I can or not, but it is pretty complex. It kind of reminds me, though, of one of my favorite movies, Cool Hand Luke. What we have here is a failure to communicate in a lot of areas. And a lot of that is a lot in politics and in federal government. But thanks to all of you for being here. And hopefully we got something out of this, and maybe we can do it again and continue to try to work out all the kinks. But we appreciate all of you being here. We really do. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're adjourned.